Hey, vinyl community, Jeff here again, and I got a question for you. And this is not, I've mentioned this before in my videos. It doesn't bother me as much, but sometimes it makes me wonder, well, okay, let me tell you the situation. As many of you know, as I've mentioned lots of times in my videos, I use one of those Camo to monitor my Amazon wish list. And what the program does is it monitors it, and whenever a price drops below a certain threshold that I have set for an item, I get an email. Hey, the item is as cheap as you want it, and then I can go take a look and buy it. Now, on Amazon, if you're familiar with buying from Amazon.com, a lot of times they will have slightly damaged products. They'll have items that have been opened, whatever. And they'll describe them in, terms that you would expect, like new, used, but like new, used, good condition. And all of those, different descriptions have certain things that go along with it. Well, if it's a good thing, then it means, if it's a book, for instance, it's going to have highlighting, or the cover is going to be damaged, things like that. So I usually take chances. I'm not a big stickler when it comes to the condition of the record, as long as the actual vinyl itself is in good condition. But I still wonder if some of those people who make those descriptions when they go to sell those products, if they really know what they're doing. I'm assuming a lot of them don't, especially when it comes to records. A lot of times they'll say whatever the description is, and then in the notes they'll say has medium to moderate damage on packaging or anything like that. The actual record has a small mark on it, things like that. So the other day I bought one, and let me show you here. And this had been on my wish list, and it dropped into the teens. So I picked up Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power. Real briefly about Pantera, I'm not a huge fan. When they came out, I didn't follow them, didn't care. But when this album came out and I saw the video for Walk, it really kind of stuck with me. So this album I bought back in the day is the only one I've ever had by them, actually. And so I'm not as super familiar with their stuff, but when this was on my wish list, they just reissued this, 2 years ago or so on vinyl. So, used like new, and it dropped into teens. And no, it says will come in original packaging. Doesn't have any comment about any damage or anything, but you can see this whole corner is, if you can see there, the whole corner is bent. This whole corner is bent. And of course, the record itself is fine. It's got a little crease there. It's a gatefold. You can see the bending there. Now, this, in my opinion, was not used like new. Yeah, the records are new, but they're not taking into consideration the cover. So, should this be considered used like new? Should they have marked something that said, moderate damage to packaging? Again, I don't care, but it's just a question of, the appearance of what they say. Now, in some cases, when I've got things that have been this bad, I will contact them and say, your description was wrong. And a lot of times they'll either say return it, which I don't want to do because it was a good price, or they will offer a discount. I don't know. It's not a big deal. What would you do though? Now, if I was out in the public and I saw this album, I probably would still buy it. The records are still good, and it's got the sleeves there. But what are your thoughts? Do you care much about the cover, or if it's a good price, you'll, take a hit on the cover? Anyway, just curious what everybody else would think, and what you would do in situations like this, and would you buy this in the wild if it was, a good price, which in this case it was. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Rock on and rock hard.